An international collective of African dancers is participating in the Festival of Marseille in southern France, in a bid to highlight the diversity of dance across the continent.
For me, there is nothing like African dance. There is only dance in Africa. So now, if we look at it from that point of view, then we can see that between Abidjan and Accra and Lagos and Johannesburg and Luanda and Maputo and Morocco and Cairo, different. So there is no way we can uniform all of that. And that for me is what I've tried as much as possible to do, to bring people from those different sensibilities and different ways of moving to come and create a kind of a shock of encounter between all of them together.
The Afropolis tribe collective aims to create its own platform to challenge the power of big social networks.
Maybe we need communities more than globalization. Maybe we need intercommunal exchange. You know, the community of dancers in London come together with the community of dancers in Paris, and they form another kind of community. So for me, that is the reason why we are creating this platform, so that we can do something smaller and much more controlled.
Around 60 artists and technicians participate in this event. For the dancers, it's all about creating magic through rhythm.
We have just finished a session that I call Idon. Idon in my language in Nigeria means performative, performance and magic. So we just created magic here through using the dance styles from Lagos, that's the street dance styles from Lagos, and an element and infusion of Afro house from Angola and South Africa.
The Afropolis tribe collective was founded in 2017 in Nigeria and counts more than 12,000 active members.
After a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, the Jazzablanca Festival was back in Morocco. The event dedicated to music with its open-air concert was welcomed by Casablanca residents. On Friday through Sunday, the public attended 12 concerts. Brazilian guitarist and singer Gilberto Gil was one of the artists headlining the event. The attendance traveled to the Americas thanks to Gil's bossa nova performance, which mixes samba and jazz. The 15th edition of the Jazzablanca Festival was launched in a new site. It featured Moroccan artists like as well as international musicians like French and Lebanese trumpeter Ibrahim Makhlouf. The Jazzablanca Festival is organized by Morocco's Jazz Association and the BMCI Foundation.
Egypt's first electrified light rail transit (LRT) system, jointly built by Chinese and Egyptian companies, started its trial run on Sunday. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi took the first ride in the LRT at its inauguration ceremony. The LRT project is the fruit of a $1.24 billion contract signed in August 2017 between Egypt's National Authority for Tunnels and the Consortium of China Railway Engineering Corporation. The rail project connects the new administrative capital being constructed east of Cairo with surrounding distant new cities and districts. The LRT project is divided into several phases, covering a total distance of about 103 kilometers with 19 stations.
People in Libya's capital burned tires and blocked roads on Sunday night to protest the deteriorating living conditions in the country. Scattered demonstrations took place in several districts of Tripoli. Power cuts have become more regular in Libya in recent weeks, with shutdowns lasting up to 12 hours on some days. The cuts have made it hard for residents to cool their homes and offices during the ongoing summer heat wave. In addition to the chronic power cuts, Protesters are complaining about inflation and long lines at gas stations, even though the country has the largest oil reserves in Africa. The protesters accuse the country's leaders of corruption and mismanagement and have demanded their departure. Mired in a long political impasse, the rival leaders in Libya have been under increasing pressure from the street for 3 days. On Friday in Tobruk, in the far east of the country, demonstrators forced their way into parliament and then set fire to it. Rallies also took place in the western cities of Bani Walid and Misrata, according to images broadcast by local media. Somalia announced Sunday that it has granted licenses to 2 foreign banks, opening the key sector to international investment for the first time in decades. Egypt's Misya Bank and Turkey's Ziraat Kadlim have been granted authorization to operate in the East African country, the Somali Central Bank said in a statement. One of the world's poorest countries, Somalia is struggling to recover from decades of civil war. But the country has seen remarkable growth in the years that followed the ouster of Islamist rebels from the capital. The country of over 15 million people has at least half a dozen commercial banks, some of which offer services through Hawala, an informal network of over-the-counter money transfers. The announcement of the licensing of foreign banks comes just 6 weeks after President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud took office following elections and a long political crisis. Somalia's new government faces a series of challenges, including the threat of famine and attacks by al-Shabaab militants. President Mohamud has pledged to improve the economic situation and provide basic services to the population.